17 all play.
Sydney, one of the world's most beautiful and vibrant cities, is showcased by a sophisticated and cosmopolitan way of life. Everything about Sydney is world class. Its famous harbour, natural landscapes, stunning beaches. With a reputation as a friendly and safe city, Sydney lays down the welcome mat as the world's best badminton players converge to do battle. This is the Star Australian Open Badminton Championships for 2014. Hello everybody and welcome to the State Sports Centre here at Homebush in the Harbour City, Australia's famous Sydney of course, and I'd like to welcome everybody to our coverage. This is the latest stop on the MetLife BWF World Super Series, and I'm joined by the voice of badminton from across the world, Jill Clark.
Yes, thank you. It's absolutely wonderful to be here in Sydney because, of course, this is the 8th year of the Super Series, and the Australian Open is the first event outside of either Europe or Asia. So this really is a terrific step forward. $750,000 in prize money up for grabs this weekend. And Jill, we have got a fabulous lineup for tonight. Yes, we certainly have. We're starting with women's singles and the Olympic bronze medalist Saina Nehwal up against Eriko Hirose. Then we've got mixed doubles and the two-time World Championship bronze medalist Suket Prakamol and Sarali Thongtongkam up against the new Malaysian pairing of Champen Soon and Lei Pi Ting. Then women's singles again, and what a match this should be. The world number 10 against the world number 11. The World Championship bronze medalist PV Sindhu, the number 8 seed here, up against the European champion Karolina Marin. Then we've got men's singles and the former world junior champion Kento Momota of Japan. He's up against the number 3 seed Tommy Sugiarto of Indonesia. And we finish this evening with a men's doubles, and Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung. Well, they've shot up to number 2 in the world ranking because they've won the last 2 Super Series events over the last 2 weeks. They're up against Goan Tan from Malaysia. Well, with our first match, women's singles gives us a chance to look at the BWF Destination Dubai rankings. These rankings are just for Super Series events, and the top 5 remain unchanged, but Ratchanok Intanon, the world champion, having reached the final in Indonesia last week, goes up 1 place, swaps places with Tai Su Ying of Taipei. But Saina Nehwal, the player we're about to watch, well, she shot up 4 places after her quarter-final in Jakarta, up to number 10.
And we welcome our 2 players here for this evening to kick off the proceedings.
Well, these 2 players vastly experienced in world terms. Eriko Hirose, one of the real fighters in world badminton. This match, of course, is from the top half of the draw, and the winner of the match we're about to watch will meet either Wang Shexian, the number 1 seed, she's former world number 1, or Tai Su Ying of Taipei. So it's a tough draw, as you were saying, Chris. It really is. The top players in world badminton have all descended here in Sydney. There's Saina Nehwal.
And the 29-year-old from Japan has a 4-3 record over her opponent.
Yes, this is the 8th meeting between the 2, but when you look at the world rankings and the previous results in international terms, one has to favour the number 6 seed Saina Nehwal from India.
Wait a little bit here.
Gone back up 1 place in the world ranking this week. Saina Nehwal back up to number 8. She has been much higher. She's been world number 2. In fact, spent 31 weeks as world number 2. But as I was saying, Eriko Hirose is a real fighter on a badminton court, as her previous results in this tournament have already shown. So to Saina Nehwal, the 24-year-old, as I say, number 8 in the world ranking, number 6 seed, as with a lot of players, making her first appearance here at the Australian Open. Bronze medalist at the London Olympic Games, of course, and her win-loss record for the year, 7 individual tournaments. And as you can see, with only 6 losses, it means that she's had a win this year. Won the Syed Modi Grand Prix Gold in Lucknow in India, and that was a welcome return to form because it was her first title for 15 months. So to her opponent, and the 29-year-old who lives in Osaka, she's down 3 places in the world ranking this week, down to 18, but she too has been in the top 10. In fact, she spent 1 week as number 7 in the world ranking. Now, unlike her opponent, she has visited Australia before. That was 2 years ago, lost in the first round. But her win-loss record for the year, well, this is her 2nd quarter-final of the year, but her first quarter-final was the German Grand Prix Gold. So this, for Hirose, is her first Super Series quarter-final of 2014. And that confirms that this is the 8th meeting between the 2 players. And it may surprise a lot of people. The last time they met was in the first round of that Singapore Open, one of the Super Series events. As you can see, it was a long, hard match, but it was won by Hirose, 1 hour and 2 minutes.
Here are our officials for this evening's match. What is the key tonight?
Well, I think that as far as Hirose is concerned, I mean, we've got to consider whether she's really recovered from yesterday's match, because yesterday had to play against the number 4 seed, Bae-Young-ju from Korea, and got revenge for her first round defeat last week in Jakarta, winning through in that hour and 17 minutes. So an hour and 17 minutes as opposed to Saina Nehwal, who beat her teammate Tudlasi in 2 straight games in 41 minutes. Has to be said, Saina Nehwal, in the first round, she had a marathon match against Sun Yu of China. That went the full distance. That was an hour and 15 minutes. So I guess both players have had one marathon match, one much easier match. So I suppose that they've both had the same amount of time on court in preparation for this quarter-final encounter. But I suppose the key to me is Saina Nehwal, and especially her aggressive play from the front of the court.
Is it key for a good start from a confidence point of view?
I think that both the players will have gained confidence from their earlier matches here. They'll both feel very comfortable about playing in this magnificent arena. It really is almost ideal playing conditions for the badminton players.
On my right, Saina Nehwal, India. And on my left, Eriko Hirose, Japan. Saina Nehwal to serve. Love play.
So the number 6 seed, Saina Nehwal, to get this quarter-final underway against the Japanese veteran, Eriko Hirose.
And it's nice to hear a bit of support for each of the players here from this crowd.
Yes, certainly of what I've seen so far of the crowd. They're badminton enthusiasts and know good badminton when they see it. Yeah, well, as I suspected, the play to the net from Saina Nehwal was going to be key. But already in that rally, we saw very, very typical women's singles tactics. We'll see the players use the back of the court an awful lot, so there'll be a lot of clears. And once you think your opponent is slightly late onto the shot, and therefore slightly late to that base position in the centre of the court, then they'll start going for the winners. No, this is not the best of starts by Hirose.
Perfect start from the 24-year-old who admires Roger Federer.
Yeah, she's made a good start. I don't know whether Hirose is a little bit nervous or whether she's really just feeling the after effects of that match against Bae-Young-ju yesterday. Oh, service fault called by the service judge. Moving feet. Now, there's numerous service rules in badminton. You're not allowed to move your feet. The shuttle's got to be struck below the waist. Racket must be facing in a downward direction. Not allowed to strike the feathers first. Only allow one forward motion of the racket. It's all terribly complicated. So that's why we have a dedicated service judge. Their sole responsibility is to watch the serve and make sure the serve is legal. Now, that's a delightful drop shot.
Service over.
Yep, push your opponent to the back.
5.
Then bring them forwards, really work the players on the singles court. And there, Hirose at full stretch.
Struggled to reach that, didn't she? She looks as though she not as limber as she could be.
Well, Hirose, I can remember it well back in 2007 in the Philippine Grand Prix events, suffered a horrific hamstring injury. In fact, I was sitting right behind the court when she lunged forward, and it really was a very, very nasty injury indeed. So she's done awfully well to come back. But sometimes when you watch her lunge forward, badminton players always lunge on the racket arm leg. So coming forward, a right-handed player lunges on the right leg. And sometimes you can tell she's just a little bit tentative coming forward, and that's an aftermath of that really severe injury. Now this is a perfect rally for women's singles. To the back of the court. Keep it at the back. Keep your opponent at the back until they're just slightly out of position. Didn't need to wait any longer because, of course, the error. Yeah, that's well long too. Yeah, slightly off balance when she played that. Eriko Hirose. That's why she made the error. And what bothers me, if you're a Hirose supporter, is almost trying to figure out where she's going to win the points against Saina Nehwal. Has she got enough winning shots? Has she got enough weapons against the former world #2? That's the question mark in my mind. And already we're seeing signs that perhaps she's lost the mental discipline of deciding on the game plan. She and her coach would have talked about that prior to the start of the match. Going for winners too early on in the rally. You cannot afford to do that in singles. You've got to work the rally first.
Well, she gets an error. Andy.
Judgment.
3-8.
No fashion problem, please. Thank you.
That's good judgment too. You know, I can't help but wonder about the not only the tiredness from yesterday as far as Hirose is concerned, but perhaps the accumulation of tiredness because she's playing her third tournament in 3 weeks. That was very good judgment, clearly long. Saina Nehwal, of course, didn't play at the Japan Open. Played last week in Indonesia. There's the net shot, forcing the high lift. It's going wide.
Little fight back here from Hirose.
Well, Saina Nehwal just indicates to her opponent she wants the shuttle changed. Yeah, if there's one thing about Hirose that you can be certain, she's an absolutely tremendous fighter. That's what took her to the All England final 3 years ago when she was unseeded, reached the final of the All England Championships, one of the premier Super Series events, 2011. Oh, it's called good. We've got the review system in operation here, should the players wish to challenge a line call. Thinking about it again, that time she was right.
So it's over. 9-6.
It's a case of millimetres at some times. Here we go, here's the replay. Yep.
So it's over.
Well, that's interesting. Play her at her own game. Play back to the net from Hirose. Clever.
So it's over 14-7.
Yeah,
body language is interesting in sport, isn't it? At the moment, you can see a bit of pressure on Nehwal.
Yeah, she just lost range, I think, with some of her shots to the back of the court. I don't think she's unduly worried at the moment.
Service over. 10-8.
Andy.
It's a loose net shot. I think Saina Nehwal must have been in two minds.
9-10.
Well, by her own high standards, that was woeful. Comes forward nicely, addresses it fine, but it's so loose over the net. Yeah, she touched it. No. The scoreboard's gone 10-all. Oh, Saina Nehwal can't believe it. No, surely. That touched the racket of Eriko Hirose before it landed out, surely. Yep. No question. Dear me.
She almost gave herself up too. Had a look back, didn't she?
18-8.
No.
11-10. Interval.
11-10. Hirose comes from behind and snatches the lead here in the first of our quarterfinals for coverage. Well, Nehwal was seemingly in control, some loose shots, and Hirose, Jill, has shown her experience and taken advantage of it.
Yeah, that's right. 9 of the last 11 points going to Hirose.
वेरिएशन जो ना शार्प ड्रॉप शार्प खेलेगी लप्पू नहीं खेलेगी शार्प ऐसे हाफ स्मैश और फिर ये वाला ड्रॉप उसमें रखा है ठीक है और जब वो सामने है धीरे से पुश करते हैं
20 seconds 20 seconds
Talking about angled shots.
Coach.
Now let's see who can recover from this.
11-10. Play.
Service 10, 20.
Well, as far as Saina Nehwal's coach was concerned, Madhumita Bish, well, she was talking in that mid-game interval about little angled shots, but what I couldn't make out is whether she was saying be wary if your opponent do it or you play more yourself. Certainly, Hirose, that's full goods, moving much, much better now than she did right at the start of this quarterfinal. It's another one gone long.
Service over.
Saina Nehwal, number of times in the match
12,
so far,
11.
when pushed flat into her deep forehand corner, has not made the physical effort to get behind the shot, turned and sort of lunged towards it, hit it flat, and hit it long of her opponent's back line. That's better. Got up to it better in that one.
Service over.
It's a tight quarter-final at the moment.
All.
Players going point for point.
Wen Qixian of China versus Tai Zhu Ying of Chinese Taipei. The umpire is Greg Lloyd of Australia, and the service judge is Pauline Dobson of Australia.
Yes, that's well taken.
Lovely smash.
13,
Reach the point.
12.
Oh, just as well it was a winner. I thought Saina Nehwal a little off balance. Oh, she had played the shot. Would have struggled with the next one. Now look at the difference there. When Saina Nehwal moves quickly deep into that forehand corner, gets behind the shuttle. Look at that. Can hit in a downward direction instead of hitting flat and long of her opponent's court, as she's done at least 3 times previously.
Service fault called.
Oh,
Service
service
over.
foot
Second one.
called again.
Saina.
Well, I simply can't remember the last time that a singles player or even a doubles player was foot faulted in any of the elite level matches that I've certainly watched. It's absolutely extraordinary. Yeah, well worked.
Service over.
Once she got behind the shuttle in that forehand corner, hit straight down the line. The only possible reply from her opponent. Look how late she's taking it on her defence. The first one out wide on her backhand side. The only thing you can play off that is a straight shot, and Saina Nehwal following her smash forward for the kill. That's wonderful play.
Service over.
She misjudged that one. She thought that was going to drop out. Landed just inside the line.
That's good judgment again. She misjudged. Was it 1 or 2 earlier? And now she seems to have got the range. That's brave leave.
Oh, nothing in that.
To me, there's a very, very definite sign that Saina Nehwal is being more aggressive since the mid-game interval, making a real physical effort to get behind the shuttle. And she's got the options to hit down rather than just clearing or drop shots. Oh my goodness, we've had a little think about it. The drop shot there from Saina Nehwal. Hit the top of the net and fell back the Indian player's side.
Play.
Oh my goodness me, that was close.
It really did think about it. Of course, Nehwal can't harp on it too much.
Well, the more I'm watching this, the more I am convinced there's a bit of a drift
16,
in
17.
the arena here. Any large stadium, there's going to be a natural airflow of, and that's going to cause a little bit of movement of the shuttle. The shuttle's so light, and I think the drift, the shuttle's flying faster, going towards that far end as we look down on the court. Well, I think Eriko Hirose guilty, having played the perfect net shot of standing and watching it.
18,
Didn't really
16.
expect that her opponent was going to be able to lift it. Just watch her movement here. Look, just stops there. Doesn't get ready for the next one. And that's why she made the error. Good retrieving by Saina Nehwal.
Play.
Yeah, good net shot. And an even better drop shot.
Service over. 17, 18.
Well, this is where the women's game has developed so much, is the net play. Just like the men's singles, the net play really the key to the rally. Force a tight spinning net shot, force the high lift, and then you've got the options for the winner. Oh, overdone it. Oh, that really is a little wide. And back level.
18, all.
Pressure now, both players. See who can handle it.
There we go, good net exchange. Oh, what a delightful drop shot.
Over.
Well, the racket head control from Saina Nehwal there.
18.
When you're moving backward in court. Absolutely superb. Look where that shuttle landed. Well in front of that front service line. Yeah, nice way to bring up game point opportunities.
20,
Once
game
again,
point,
the aggression
18.
from Saina Nehwal. There's the smash, immediately follows forward. And that's well taken. Full commitment.
A big, determined fist pump at the end.
Play.
Oh, the error on the return of serve. What a disappointing way to end the opening game after such a fight back from Hirose. But the opening game to the number 6 seed, Saina Nehwal, 21-18
First
in
game
22
won by
minutes.
Saina Nehwal, 21-18.
So we look through some of the highlights from the first game. Very competitive. Some ebbs and flows between these two players. Nehwal seemingly had it under control. Fight back from Hirose. And then the fist pump at the end with a key point. An error in the return, and game one was hers. Both players taking a break after the first game. And of course, we are here at the Star Australian Badminton Open for 2014, the latest stop on the MetLife BWF World Superseries. And look at this, a picture postcard. The grey coat hanger, which of course is a symbol of Sydney, the Opera House, the Bay, the city. Ah yes, life in the New South Wales capital. And the action continues here at the Star Australian Badminton Open 2014. And of course, we are in a women's quarterfinal, and one game down now for Hirose, and we'll see if she can level this match against Saina Nehwal, 6th seed. A bit of moisture off the court.
Thank you. Level.
Second game.
Play.
Point about the drift in the opening game.
1 love.
And the shuttle flying a little bit faster. Hirose has got to be careful from this end of the court.
It'll be interesting to see if she's got the energy for a fight back. We know she's a great fighter, but whether she can muster the energy after that previous match.
That's a well-constructed rally by Saina Nehwal.
3 love.
Used all 4 corners of the court to build that rally.
Lovely smash at the end.
Service over. 1-3.
Service now to Hirose. Her first opportunity in this second game, having lost the opening game 21-18 in 22 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't like that. Oh, dear me. Was that an ankle or a knee that gave way? Well, Hirose, let's hope it was just a stumble coming forward. Yeah, I think it was just a stumble. I think she's okay.
Thank you.
Always when a player has had a very serious injury,
Play.
heart always misses a little beat when you see them struggling on court physically with an awkward movement.
4-2.
Taking a bit of time to compose herself as well. She looks, yeah, she's bouncing up and down. That's a good sign.
Don't understand the tactics of that from Hirose.
5-2.
Trying to play far too flat. Almost as if it was a doubles rally. Another thing you've got to do in singles, that one there. Just try and outmaneuver your opponent. Now this is interesting. Awful lot of cross-court winners coming from Saina Nehwal now towards her opponent's forehand side. That's a great rally. Yeah, super block from Eriko Hirose. And that's the problem in singles. If you go for a cross-court winner, especially around the head position, as we call it, when the shuttle's been played down your backhand corner, but you still play with the normal overhead action. If you play cross-court, and if it's not a winner, all your opponent has to do is a simple straight block, as Hirose does here. And then you've got the full diagonal of the court to scamper, longest distance, and the likelihood is, as was the case there with Saina Nehwal, you can't get there in time. Oh, yes, that's nice.
Service over.
Well, the body language there is a little bit concerning. Hirose asking for the court to be mocked, but she was awfully slow to get back up again after that lunge. And that, to me, is an obvious sign of fatigue. Deep, deep lunge. Yeah, head goes forward, torso falls forward. Normally when a player is in the lunge position, you can tell when they've got lots of time because the torso is still upright. If they're leaning forward, obvious sign that they're off balance. Oh, goodness. That is fantastic from Saina Nehwal.
8-3.
Looked as if she was going to lift the shuttle. That was almost a Peter Gader shot. Former world #1 men's singles player. Almost a double action. Such disguise.
Takes her out to 8-3.
No, that's a good smash.
Service over.
Sheer accuracy of going down the line there from Hirose. Oh dear. Yeah, apologises. That's not how to hand back a shuttle. Hit it out of court. I don't think she meant to do that.
That's gone long.
Service over.
What was that I was saying about the drift?
How much of a difference does it make to a player if there is a drift? Do they need to adjust, and can they?
Yes and yes.
Yeah.
And a huge difference. But every stadium will have a drift. As I was saying in the opening game, laws of physics. There will be a natural airflow, a natural air current.
And it's about how you adjust your game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good judgment. Well, Hirose very much taking her time in between points. Our umpire from Slovenia, I think, is on the case. Oh, that's clever. Did it once too often. Having played to her opponent's backhand net, to then play a second one, I think, was probably the wrong choice of shot. There we are. That's what I was talking about with playing cross-court from the back of the court. You've then got the full diagonal to scamper. So from that round the head position. Yeah, awfully difficult to get there in time. Invited that, really.
11-5.
Saina Nehwal very much in control into the mid-game interval with a 6-point advantage. 11-5 in the second game.
Interesting to see the coaches and how the players react to what they're saying. Very animated. Coach.
Yeah. Player in my day. She was animated then.
Then some things never change, Jill.
Yeah, I do. She's a wonderful character, good friend of mine. No problem playing the next. There you go.
Coach must go, otherwise it will be yellow. Okay.
Second game
11-5.
of this quarter-final, and Eriko Hirose needs to find something, having lost the opening game 21-18 and is down 5-11 in the second.
Very interesting in that timeout there in the mid-game interval that Madhu, the Indian coach, was saying if you're playing round the head, don't play it across court.
Which is, I think, what you've been saying, because it leaves you vulnerable.
Exactly. That's.
Are you sure you're not mic'd up down there and they can hear you?
It's a very good smash from Saina Nehwal. That is clever. That's very, very clever. Because given the coach's instructions, Saina Nehwal loves that cross-court smash. She's been told not to do it. There, she used the body smash. That's really good variation. Yeah,
and it's hard to get out of the path, isn't it, of a body smash when it's coming straight towards you. You have to improvise.
Well, the thing is that so many of the attacking shots so far, I can't actually remember a body smash so far in this quarter-final match. And so the players are expecting the attacking shots down the side of the courts, and that's what they're looking for in singles. And therefore, I think that the use of the body smash isn't used enough in singles. We see it all the time in doubles, but we don't see it enough in singles, and I think it's a great variation. That's clear. So too is that. Good
hustle from both players.
It's good retrieving. Look at it, how, well, she made the error on that. But I don't know if you noticed in that rally how every single corner of the court was explored. Pushed her to the back, brought her forward, pushes her to the back again. And what Hirosi's got to be careful of is that it's not just her opponent dictating the pace and taking the initiative in the rally. I'd like to see Hirose doing a little more of the commanding of the rallies. That's nice.
14-5.
In control here. Of course, a semi-final position beckons here at the Star Australian Badminton Open for the winner of this match.
Yes, and that would be a first semi-final in a Super Series event this year for either player, whoever wins this. Saina Nehwal, 3 quarter-finals in Super Series events. That is brilliant net play, great exchange. Yeah.
15.
And I fear that Hirose is just running out of steam. Look at the tumble on those net shots. Shuttle upside down as it crosses over the net. Create that by chopping underneath the cork of the shuttle. Yeah, 10-point advantage.
Oh, lovely smash.
I'm just wondering to myself what Coach Madhu is thinking to herself. What did she say? Don't hit that cross-court smash.
Oh, she couldn't resist that time. She was in perfect position.
Yeah, no, that was the right time to play it. When you're on balance, when you've got the opportunity, when your opponent's out of position. I just had a little chuckle to myself, that's all.
Service over. 6-16.
Well, let's see if Hirose can get a run of points on serve here.
Good judgment. Well long of the back line.
17-6.
You can tell I'm a novice at this because I get nervous when they let it go. My judgment is dreadful.
Oh yes, that is a very, very good point for Hirose. And I don't know if you noticed a defensive shot in the middle of that rally, early on in the rally, off the body from Hirose. She's learnt from that previous one, and that's a good sign. Like a player that's thinking about their game, not caught by the same shot twice, ready for the body smash.
Oh, nice play.
8-17.
Set that up beautifully.
Play.
Yeah, the umpire asking them to play. Spotted what I've spotted, that Hirose is really taking her time. Ooh. Well, real hesitation from the line judge there, called it in. Hirose has challenged, and therefore Hawkeye will spring into action and adjudicate for us. Back line called in. I think it was the hesitation more than anything that the players don't like. So the instant review system that we have in place now at all Super Series events. Here we come. Out. Good call, line judge. Goodness me. Well, you might as well challenge when it's as close as that, and you're potentially...
Correction.
No, what's the umpire saying? Correction. No, no, no. It was called out. Yeah, there we go.
But
18-8, that's out. Yeah, so it's 8.
Yeah.
Eriko Hirose, 1 challenge remaining.
Yeah.
18-9.
Real confusion there. It's not 9, no, you're right, Saina.
The players know the points, don't they? They are not going to give one up for anything.
Correction, 18-8.
See, she knew.
Yeah. Well, Hirose throwing her head back after the error there, looking skyward. Sign of frustration. And with Saina Nehwal just 2 points away from the semi-final.
Does she try and get a little bit more expansive now in her game, or just keep doing what she's been doing? Saina.
No, she keeps doing what she's been doing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Service over. 9-19.
Great smash, just inside the line.
20, match point, 9.
Perfect. Yeah.
Game.
Lovely little drop shot. Will finish it off. And Saina Nehwal is through to the semi-final. She has won this quarter-final against Eriko Hirose, 21-18, 21-9. What do you do after you have a match like this, knowing you have a semi-final and then possibly a final? Is it all about, you know, recuperating, recovery?
Yeah. Well, as with any athletes, there'll be the warm down, the stretching, maybe the ice bath, massage, and some food. Take on board some food. She might just have a little look at the adjoining court, watch her potential opponents for tomorrow's semi-final.
And here's the way she got through. A few dramas in the opening game, but Smooth sailing in the second. Four-year-old who lives in Hyderabad in India, through to the semi-finals. Some great mixed doubles coming up. Women's singles, men's singles, and some men's doubles on our schedule to come. Here's the match point. And that's the way it happened for Saina Nehwal, through to the semi-finals here at the Star Australian Badminton Open for 2014.
On court number 3, men's doubles, match number 25.